What is up, my beautiful best friends? I'm digging this setup. Okay, today's video is gonna be super chill, super lax. No big studio lights or anything like that, just because, I don't know, I wanted to keep it like super real, super chill. I want to start a new segment on my channel called Let's Talk About Blank. In each video, I'll be talking about a different subject and like only one subject. I'm pretty much just gonna answer your guys' questions that I get through Twitter, probably. That's what I used this time. Today's video, for instance, is gonna be a social media video. Just a video all about my thoughts on social media, my opinions, and make sure to comment any other topics you would want to see for this segment if we're feeling it. I hope we're feeling it. Let me know if we're feeling it. But like boys, anxiety, school, growing up, I don't know. I've learned a lot the past couple of years, I feel like, and I just want to share my knowledge. So that's what we're doing. And if you're new to my channel, what is up? My name is Mel. It is great to meet you, and I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe. I have faith, you know where the button is, and I just want to like get lax real quick. And make sure to click the little notification bell button if you want to be notified for every time I post a video. You know the drill. I feel like I don't have to say it in every video, but I'm honestly super excited to do this video because I have been watching YouTube and like I've been on social media since I was 9 years old, but I only started making videos and actually, you know, growing a following on social media until I was, I don't know, I'd say 15? 14, 15. Wow, I was a youngin'. But pretty much I lived the life of like a follower and like a fangirl and someone who really looked up to people and things like that. And then I also got to live this life, which is like the complete opposite, and people watching your videos and giving you feedback. And so I've been on both sides of the spectrum. So I thought, it was time I make a video. I just have so much to say. This is not gonna be a tea-filled video. I'm not gonna be spilling any tea, any drama, exposing people, nothing like that, because I'm not about that. I'm not about putting down other people and things like that. Not my business. I'm not gonna make it my business. No drama. That's not my forte. I'm not into it. Leave me out of it. I just think it's made a huge difference on our society and our generation and just how we grow up. This isn't gonna be like a negative video, anything like that. I always try to stay positive, and the point of this video is like, social media can just really make something seem a lot different than it actually is. Anyways, let's just get started before I start my own rant, because that will happen. I screenshotted so many of your guys' questions because y'all just had some really good questions. I'm gonna be honest. Do you find social media toxic sometimes? And I'm not gonna expand why I think this, but yes, I do think it can be toxic sometimes, and I'll explain later, but honestly, yes. What's it like being so influential to so many people? I love you. And I love you too. This is a good question. I could talk about this forever because being an influencer is like kind of my whole life. You know what I mean? Or like a really big part of it. It's just like kind of made me who I am, like put me where I am in life, everything like that. I'm gonna be honest, it can be a lot of pressure. It can be too much pressure at some times because like I get feedback for everything that I put out to people, so I don't wanna like mess up and say something wrong that I didn't mean or do this. So it can be hard because if people look up to me, like I don't wanna f up and, you know, like make people look at me differently, but I'm still 18 and I'm still figuring life out, and like life is confusing as hell and I'm getting a better grip at it. Does that even, we're gonna say that makes sense. And it's hard because I'm still trying to figure it out myself, and I'm, you know, portraying to people what my daily life is, and if it's the wrong daily life, I'll get criticized. Does that make sense? And like, I don't really care about the criticism and the hate anymore. I've realized like I'm gonna live my life, and whoever supports me will support me, and that means the world, you know? I'm gonna be 100% me till the end because I'm not trying to live my life as anyone else, but it can be hard. I'm gonna be honest, being influential to so many people, but it's an amazing opportunity as well. I hate disappointing people and I hate not pleasing people. So it's hard because I can't please everyone on the internet and everything. So I had to get over myself, and I did about it. So we're about to get into a topic that I could talk about for a very long time. It's just one of those things that it just makes me mad. It urges me. I need to like get a dictionary and look at it. Do you think social media creates a false image of beauty? Woo, girl! 100% like yes. There's no part of me that's like saying no right now. Like, yeah, it's so crazy. I don't know what happened to social media, but like all these standards somehow popped up that everyone had to like live up to, and I was like, since when did this happen? It was, you know, the small waist, the big butts, whatever, and like can be done surgically or whatever, and no one could like fake that on Instagram and fake that on whatever unless they actually had it done and things like that. But now there's this app called Facetune. I know a lot of people are like, Facetune sponsor me, but like, Facetune, if you're watching this, delete your app. Delete your app. I understand the small things on Facetune, you know, if you have a pimple and it's really bothering you and you just want to smooth it out, like whatever, but it's a different story when the unedited photo and the after edited photo are unrecognizable. Like I've seen some before and after photos and they don't even look like the same person. And like, I'll be honest, I have gone on Facetune and done everything, you know, the things that are really in to like make you look prettier on Facetune, you know, whitening the eyes, whitening your irises, you know, making your nose smaller, making your eyes bigger and more like angled at the way you like your eyebrows, everything. It's like we can now create whatever we want to look like with this app. I've done some crazy stuff on this app, and yeah, like I looked hot as hell, but I'm not gonna go post that because I don't look like that. That is not me. Like, it just, I could, whew. Also, the body thing. When people, like, it's not normal to have a waist this small, boobs this big, an ass this big, and now kids are growing up looking at social media, seeing all these girls with these figures that are like humanly impossible to have unless you have Facetune or you've had surgical whatever. I don't know. It makes me sad because I see how much time little kids spend on social media, you know, and I have subscribers coming up to me that are 8, 10 years old, and I'm like, you're so young. The environment you grow up in is what's gonna affect your personality, like your daily life, everything, and anyone can have social media, right? Little 9-year-old Mel would be shocked to see these bodies, you know, and I know that me growing up at that point, I'd be like, why don't I look like them? And I'd be trying to work out so much and do whatever. Like, I can just visualize little Mel, you know, seeing this and growing up with it, and like, I don't want anyone to feel like that because it's fake. I'm sorry, I'm getting very into this, but not everything you see is what it really is. Some people on social media have like worked their asses off for their body. Kudos to you, that's amazing. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Facetune. Facetune. I don't know, bro. Just everything in moderation, and like I understand Facetune can be used for some, you know, beneficial things, or like red eye or whatever. Sorry, that was such a long rant, and I will talk about other things that I just touched base on, but yes, I do think social media creates a very much so false image of beauty, and it makes me really sad. How does social media make most young people feel, or how does it influence our lives? So that's what I just touched base on in the other question, but I just want to talk about it for a second because social media influences us, I feel like, so much. Or maybe not everyone, but there's like a good amount of people using social media. There's a train. There's a lot of people using social media every day. Every second of every day. I just don't know what our world would be like right now without social media because I feel like it's such a big part of us. You know, like someone forgets their phone, it's like, we gotta go back and get that phone. I think it's really influential, and especially on younger people, that's just, like, I worry. I genuinely wanna start like a campaign or something to raise awareness for little girls and guys growing up that like, you don't have to look how everyone looks on the internet, you know, to be beautiful and whatever. It's just, I think about it a lot, I'm gonna be honest, and that it's hard because social media is my job, you know, and it's like my passion, and it gets hard a lot because there's things that I wish I could fix about it and whatever, and not for my benefit. I know what's going on with social media. I feel like I've mastered social media, and when I see something, I kind of know what the person's trying to do, or this, like, it's like almost my daily life, and that sounds sad to say, but like YouTube, Instagram, you know, this, it's like, I kind of live through it in a way, you know, and it breaks my heart to think about little girls who are 13 that look like they're 19. Like, what happened to childhoodism? Like, I made that word up, but like, whatever. What happened to it, bro? What happened to it? How do you stay out of drama on social media? I think drama can be made from the smallest little thing. I was involved in drama recently, literally from someone asking me to check their DMs because they asked to collab. I think a lot of people fiend off drama these days, and they like it, and it's interesting, and it's something going on. I'm just not into drama. I'm not a fan of drama. I will never be a fan of drama. Middle school Mel was. I loved drama back then, and now I hate it. and I never want to be a part of it. It's just gross and it's not worth my time. But I shut it down. Like, I shut it down real quick if drama even pops up. I used to be the person that sat in silence. I didn't want to piss anyone off. I didn't want to, you know, do anything to disturb anything. If I hear something and I know it's wrong and I don't agree with it, not happening. I'm shutting it down. I'll text the person who started it. I'll tweet the person who started it. I will do whatever, but I just don't want drama. Unless I did something really stupid and caused myself drama, then like that's on me. I gotta own up for my mistakes. But if there's other drama going on, like I'm gonna be straight up about it. Be straight up. Don't let it happen. Why is drama even going on in your life? Shut it down. Shut it down. How do you not compare yourself to people on social media? And I talked about this, how, you know, you can't even look like some of the people on social media. It's like not humanly possible, physically possible. For me, when I scroll through my feed, I'll be like, oh, this person's gorgeous, but like I don't need to look like that and I don't look like that. I'm me. I'm my own person. It's all about your own self. Just do not believe everything you see on the internet. It's crazy and people can do whatever they want to themselves and whatever, but when you're affecting people on a daily basis, like you gotta own up to it. But you can't look at that as like, I have to look like that. I need to compare to that because it's their life. You don't even know what's going on in their life. What editing went into that photo, maybe there's no editing, but you can't judge social media on everyday life. You go out into the real world and you see people, you know, of all shapes and sizes, all different looking people, and I love that. Do not compare yourselves to anyone on social media. In life even, don't compare yourself to anyone, like nobody. When you wake up in the morning, is the first thing you do, check your social media. It used to be the first thing I did every morning. I would go on my phone, check Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, I would watch stories, I would watch everything. And then I realized that was not a good way of starting my day. And my piece of advice to you would be to not start your day by looking at your phone and going on social media. I like to start my day with music. I'll just play music right when I wake up. I'll just lay in bed and I'll think about what I want to do with my day, what mindset I want to be in, just what I want to get done. I want to get in a boss mindset, you know, and I don't want to sit there and wake up and look at everyone else's lives and what they're doing and compare myself to that. It's like, what? Wake up and live your own life. Don't wake up and check in on what everyone else is doing, you know? You have to focus on you first, and especially right when you wake up. It wasn't the right way to start my day when I used to do that, and I think it really affected me as a person and just how I saw my life, you know? And now I see my life in a completely different way. Do you feel that they ruin our generation or that they make people feel closer? And that's a really good question, because I think social media can really go both ways, if you know what I mean. In a way, I think it makes us closer because we can talk to people all around the world, whoever we want, whenever we want, you know, make new friends, do whatever, even meet spouses, like crazy things like that. But I also think social media is ruining our generation a little bit. Not ruining, but just impacting us negatively, I guess. When I was on YouTube in my first couple years, I felt like it was a community. Everyone was together, everyone was talking, everyone was this. I just think there's now more like hierarchy in our generation, if that makes sense. Like if you have more followers, you're cooler, or you have more social points, like things like that, and I don't like it. What's the biggest change you've seen on social media since you've first started? I would personally say the negativity almost, and like the drama wanting and the like things like that. I feel like there's so much more drama and there's so much more on my feed that's like, this person did this and I'm calling this person out and this person's doing this. But you know, everything grows, everything turns into like evolved stuff, and I guess that's how social media evolved. But it's definitely a really big change I've seen, just the whole drama factor, like Photoshop, Facetune factor, all that stuff. Do you believe that social media influencers should bond with their followers? Love you. And I love you too. And yes, when I saw this question, I was like, isn't that like a given? Like, of course you're supposed to bond with your followers. And then I realized that nowadays it's not a given. Some people don't even acknowledge their fans and subscribers and followers. I think it's wild. I just think it's wild. I mean, the biggest thing for me has always been to stay true to you guys and talk to you guys and tweet you guys and make sure that you guys feel loved by me. Do you know what I mean? And not everyone is about that life, but yeah, I think every social media influencer should be bonding with their followers and stuff. And if you're not, like, what are you doing? Keeping up with social media can be tough sometimes. How do you deal with it? Love you, Mel. And I love you too. For me, social media is interesting because if I go like weeks without posting on Instagram and Twitter and things like that, like people just don't think I'm like a person anymore. Like I have an online presence, and if I'm not there, like people question and things like that. So sometimes I'll feel pressure to like keep you guys updated even though nothing's like happening in my life. Sometimes I live a really boring life, I'm gonna be honest. I just stay in and I do homework and I edit my videos and I don't do anything. And sometimes I have really awesome days and I go out and I do stuff, and sometimes I'll try to vlog and then it won't really work out and I'll feel like bad, and then I just realize that like I have to live my life, and if there's times where I can vlog it and I can Snapchat and do things like that, then I will, but I'm not gonna force my life to be a different life just to keep you guys updated, if that makes sense. If I ever slack on posts and stuff, it's not because like I don't want to talk to you guys. I might have no photos or like no tweet ideas to put out there, you know? How do you not wish to be the people you see portrayed on social media and accept you're unique? XXX. I actually think I went through a time where I tried to be the average social media person. I realized that that lifestyle really sucks. It's just too much pressure to like be someone that you want someone to see you as and stuff. And I realized that like my best quality is being myself, and why not share that with the world instead of trying to be the person everyone is trying to be, you know? Be unique, be different, be weird. That's what I find special in someone, and that's what I like in people. And like originality is so key, and it's hard these days because you might be copying someone without even knowing it. But I've just realized that I'm gonna wear what I want, I'm gonna do what I want, I'm gonna whatever, and your real ones will support you. And just stop trying to be someone you're not if you are, because you're amazing the way you are. Not to sound cheesy, but honestly, being original and being dope, and like I like wish I could have a super cool, different, crazy feed, but like I don't live a life like that. You feel me? So like I'm trying to find the balance of like my style and what I like to post and things like that, and I don't know, just do whatever you feel like doing. Being weird is just so much better than being boring. Like come on, you know you love it, you know you love it. That's what I say to my friends when they're like you're weird. I'm like, come on, you know you love it. You know you love it. I've been filming for so long. I have so many questions. We're gonna be comfortable, but I'm gonna answer more, don't you worry. Okay, does seeing models every day on Instagram or Twitter, etc. have an effect on your self-confidence, or is that just me? Love you, Mel, and I love you too, girl, and you're not alone. I see photos of people and I'm just like, how do they look like that? Like, how is that a thing? There's like some jealousy there, and then I realize that like I don't have their gene pool, or I don't have the surgery they had, or like whatever relates to that photo, and I just move on. Standards really suck, bro. Like they really suck. I feel like I'm just really repetitive in this video, but that's their life, it's not your life. And literally everything and live the life you want. What's the biggest lesson you've learned about social media since becoming an influencer? I would definitely say I learned not to take life as seriously as I was, and to have fun with what I'm doing, to be me and only me and nothing else. Wear what I want, do what I want, like things like that. Everything that matters the most is what's in your head compared to other people's heads, if that makes sense. And I always focus so much on other people's thoughts of me and other people's opinions and this and like that. Like what's going on in your head? Like that's what matters. Take care of yourself, put yourself first. I gotta answer this. I don't know if I should, but I'm still going to. What is it like behind the scenes when being a social media influencer? And I just want to talk about this really quickly. I'm not gonna like go deep in and expose people and whatever, not about it. You already know that. It's weird to me because I was on the other side of it for so long, and then when I went to this side, social media progressed and I grew up and stuff. And I'm not trying to make social media sound terrible in this video. Like social media is awesome in its own way and negative in its own way, but there's just a lot that I never realized with social media, and now I have realized it, and I feel a lot more wise and a lot more like just about what's going on. That doesn't mean I agree with what goes on behind the scenes. That's all I'm gonna say. Have you ever taken a social media cleanse? If so, what are the benefits? I want to talk about this because I think social media cleanses are something that we don't bring a lot of attention to, but they're actually so important. Like even spending a day off your phone, dude, like it'll make a difference. When you're not on social media, it just really lets you figure out who you are and what you need to do and how you want to live your life and things like that. You're not living your life and your day through someone else's day and their life. You know what I mean? You're not going on Instagram and seeing all these people and what they're doing and watching Snapchat stories of what people are doing at that exact second. Like it's crazy that like we're always so caught up with what other people are doing. I think it just has a huge impact on people, and some people don't even realize it, you know? I feel like when I'm not on social media as much, I really live in the moment, and I live in my moment and my life. I love social media, so I'm not gonna like, you know, cut it out of my life, and I feel like I would be almost like empty without social media in a weird way. Not empty, but like it's a big part of me. It's a big part of my life, you guys, everything like that. But I think it's important for everyone to put their phone down and even just delete your apps for a couple days. Go on a hike, hang out with your friends, do whatever, like see the world. Like sometimes I just get too caught up in social media and my whole YouTube life, where I just go on drives and I'll put my phone down. I won't go on my phone for a while just because I need to realize that life isn't completely lived through social media. That's just a little rant. I think social media cleanses are so important and very underrated. So yeah. I've been filming for a very long time. I probably have so much footage, but I hope that helped you guys in some way. There are a lot of pros and cons to social media, but in the end, like, I love it. It's a huge part of my life, and I'm gonna go about living through social media how I want to, you know, staying true to who I am. And I just hope you do that too. No hate, no shade, no tea. I know I spend so much time on social media, so I'm not trying to sound like a hypocrite and being like, social media sucks, whatever. I'm not saying that. That's not what I'm saying. There's just some things I don't necessarily agree with, but remember that social media is not our whole lives. You know, we don't have to be on Instagram and Snapchat and Twitter constantly to like feel like we're actually a part of our world, you know? I hope this was helpful in some sort of way to you guys, and let me know any other videos down below you want to see, and especially leave topic ideas down below for this new segment that I'm doing. I'm excited about it. I love you guys to infinity and beyond. I mean it when I say it, and I hope you know that. I really do. And I hope you're having a marvelous morning, afternoon, or night. And I will hopefully see your beautiful face in my next video. Deuces, homies. Keep it cool, keep it real. We out. Oh, yeah. Deuces.